if you've been trying to change your self-concept by using affirmations like I am good enough, I am worthy, and you feel a little better, or maybe you don't feel anything at all, or maybe you're just new to this information and you want to feel like you are good enough for anything, anyone, and you are more than enough, right? You want to feel these things. I want to talk to you about this and how to shift into this from a whole different perspective, okay? And it's not even about listening to subliminals or scripting or reminding yourself that you are good enough every day. This is what I want to get into, and I intend that the whole world hears this, because you deserve to always remember that you are good enough, worthy in everything. So before we get started, my name is Rose. Welcome to The Rosey Life. And for those of you who are new, thank you for being here. Thank you for all those who are returning and supporting and watching my videos. I love that you're liking, sharing the videos, and commenting below. It really supports this community. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, or you would like to join my Confidence Badass course and community, then go to TheRoseyLife.com for more information. Also, on January 2nd, I will be in London. I am so excited to do a one-day retreat. It is going to be limited to 10 people. And by the time this video comes out, I'm not sure how many slots will be open. So just go ahead and email me at rose@roseylife.com. If you're interested, I will send you the information. This is a VIP private event, so I will not be posting it publicly on my website or anywhere else. This is only for those of you who are subscribers or part of one of my communities. And so yeah, keeping it here. All right, so I am good enough. The reason I wanted to make this is a couple of reasons, many reasons, right? One, you are. Okay, but I can say that to you until you are blue in the face. I can tell you that you are pretty. I can tell you that you're worthy. I can tell you that you're smart, handsome, sexy, smart, wealthy, abundant, whatever. I can tell you all these things, and you'll just kind of say thanks, but it won't sink in. Why? Why? This is why so many people seek, right, from others to hear that they're pretty, handsome, smart. They seek for others to validate or say, I appreciate you, or thank you for your efforts. Or they seek, right, to hear from others the thing, validation or acceptance that they belong, right? And I want to share this with you because, you guys, this is something that I struggled with most of my life. And I wasn't even aware that I didn't feel good enough. And how that manifested in my life was like all kinds of dramas and problems, because it was a constant effort to prove that I was good enough. But proving meaning like I wanted others to validate me. I wanted others to tell me that I was pretty. I wanted others to tell me that I was good enough to stay with, or good enough for the job, or good enough to commit to, or good enough. I wanted others to prove their undying love or commitment to me or worth to me, right? And none of it, they could have done it for the rest of their life, and it would have never, ever fulfilled the longing that I had within. Why? Because that longing cannot be fulfilled, or that feeling that you're not good enough cannot be fulfilled by a person, by a child, by a job, by money, by status, by anything. That can only be fulfilled from being aware that you are, literally you are good enough. And I remember hearing this for so long, and it wouldn't click. And so then I would hear people tell me, they're like, okay, you just got to keep repeating it and affirming it and sleeping with it. And then it eventually did. Well, like literally years later, I'm over here affirming this shit still and scripting this stuff still and manifesting stuff, but like, nope, still was not feeling that good enough inside. Like, yeah, some cool shit would happen, manifest this, that, and the other, whatever, but inside, still no. It was like ding, ding, no, lights are on, but no one's home kind of feeling when it came to feeling worthy and good enough. In fact, I wasn't even sure that I understood what that meant. Okay? I wasn't really sure what it meant to be or feel good enough or feel worthy. And so I set out on a quest to really like, okay, well, what would it feel like to feel good enough? What would it feel like to be worthy? And like, sometimes I'd get some kind of like ideas or, visuals or whatever. And then I'd just imagine myself like, just say it, claim it, and then you'll step into it. Well, kind of worked, kind of didn't, because fast forward, I was still not understanding why I had not manifested certain things. And I'm like, what the hell? And when I sat down to write a list of things that I wanted, like, or attributes of a specific thing that I was manifesting, and I remember sitting down and writing down how I want to feel as the person that has this thing, okay? When I sat down and read that to myself, how I want to feel when I manifest that thing, it was a long list, you guys, okay? Because I was like, okay, I want to feel this, I want to feel happy, I want to feel seen, I want to feel heard, I want to feel important, I want to be blah, blah, blah. I was like, holy shit, if I was going to sum this whole thing up, it would be that I feel good enough for all of it. Like, the list became irrelevant at that point. The list, I was just like, this, I can sum it all up, that I feel good enough. And then in that instant, it clicked right inside of me that and it wasn't because of the list, you guys, okay? Don't want you guys to get caught up in that. That was how I became aware of it, okay? I understood in that moment that I am good enough. Why? Because I am good enough. It's that simple. It's that simple. You can say this to yourself right now. I am good enough because I am good enough. There's no reason. There's no cause. And this is what I want you to try too. That my being good enough, you can say this to yourself, my being good enough, my being worthy has no external cause at all. My being good enough, my being worthy has no external cause, meaning it's not someone that's going to give it to me. It's not something that has to happen outside of me. It's not when I get something. It's not when certain things in my life change. It's not when I hear certain words. It's not when my body looks different. It's not when my hair looks different. It's not when my eyes look different. It's not any of that. There's no cause as to why you feel good enough and you feel worthy. You don't have to go on a manhunt in your childhood and figure out where you learned to not feel good enough. You don't have to understand why no one ever taught you to feel worthy or good enough. You don't have to figure any of that stuff out. In fact, when you do go on those searches, you're going to notice that you're looking for a cause. Remember, you are the cause of it all. Neville Goddard talks about this, that you, all of us, we are the cause of it all. So anything outside of this, I am good enough because I'm good enough, anything outside of that statement is you using an external cause as to the reason why you would feel good enough. There is none. This is why it feels so complicated to the mind, but yet it's so freaking easy. That the mind wants to understand it, wants to understand why you never were taught this, and how you should be affirming it, and how you should feel, and what it should look like, and blah, blah, blah. The mind wants to go off on a tangent. Let it. You don't have to control it, okay? That's not who you are. This body is not who you are. You just understand that you are good enough, period, because you are good enough. There's no other reason. If you try to give it a reason because of this, because of that, No, that's now you holding that thing or person accountable as to the reason why you feel good enough. Do you see? So when we shift our power over and say, okay, oh, I feel good enough because I said all those affirmations. No. Or I feel good enough because I scripted. No. I feel good enough because I wrote that list and no. I'm good enough because I am good enough. I am worthy because I'm worthy. Do you see how it's like an infinity? It doesn't allow anything else to penetrate and come in. It's like if anything else comes on the outside, from the outside, now that is an external cause, or what Neville says, a little God that you will now worship, because you will see that as a cause as to why you feel good enough. No, it's not. You are the cause of it all. You declare and you decide what it is that you are, who you are, all of it. So this is just for you, anyone, whether you're new to this information, whether you've been around for years in this information, wherever you are in your manifesting, whatever it is that you desire. I just want to tell you this, and I say it from the bottom of my heart, you guys, because for years I didn't realize that I didn't feel good enough, which is the core of why I was seeking and wanting to manifest so many different things in my life. Literally, like body image, my size, and my clothes, like people in my life, jobs, like everything, right? I thought that it would give me something. And the core of it all was all just one thing, that I was trying to feel good enough. And I always have been good enough. I am good enough, and I will always be good enough. It's that simple. And I with my whole heart, intend that you resonate with this and you step into this yourself. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for being here. And I will continue to show up here and making videos the more that I have downloaded this stuff, because, you know, even this morning I was just like, there's millions of people in this world, and I'm like, how can I deliver this information? Like, everyone has to know. I felt like this like little child, like, I want everyone to know. I want everyone to feel this. I want everyone to share in this. Like, what can I do? And literally the first thing I heard was just like, that's why you're on YouTube. And I was like, okay, got it. So, all right, I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.